We're currently in the year 2020, in case you haven't noticed, which means it's almost been 2 entire years since Fallout 76 first released. One of the new features added to Fallout 76 that hadn't been in a Fallout game previously was the photo mode, and it would seem that the game and Bethesda in general wants to encourage their players to use the photo mode as much as possible. Since we're coming up on the 2-year anniversary, I thought it would be fun to go through my photo gallery in Fallout 76 and talk about some of the pictures I've taken. Hello and welcome back to another carrotscraps video, and by another I mean the 17th. Now these pictures and the character featured in most of the photos are from my PC account. This is the same character that I started the game with when the game first launched, and not the character that I normally play with on stream or in YouTube videos. Her name is Celine, and she has a cool haircut. I've been playing the game since launch, although I've taken several long breaks. I'm sure it's no mystery to anybody subscribed to me now that I love the game, but when it was first released, it had trouble keeping my attention. Don't crucify me. Todd Howard agrees. It wasn't until the second half of 2019 that I started playing Fallout 76 regularly, and then it became a habit, and now it's rare if I don't play at least once per day, and that's even before the legendary system was introduced. So I thought it would be fun to go through my main account's photo mode and just talk about a lot of the pictures that I've taken over the past year and a half. Anyway, without further ado, let's start talking about these photos. This is one of the first photos that I took, and I remember thinking it was so weird to see Christmas lights. I was really excited to see it, so I played with the photo mode, and to be honest, this was my only picture for a while. But I really love this picture because it was the one that populated my loading screen for a couple months, and I also really like seeing the outfit. This was the outfit that I wore for the majority of my early playing. The Responder's outfit with the blue bandana, and then I think eventually I evolved to the red bandana. After a while, I realized that the photos you take will be your loading screen, and that was a really cool idea to me, and I've heard other people talk about this online, about how other games that have a photo mode should do this because it kind of incentivizes you to take more pictures. And so then I started taking more environmental pictures, and before long, I had like a theme for each template. So for example, this blue border with the Vault Boy thumbs up, this was the border I would use when I would take photos with skeletons. For a while, I was just looking for skeletons in the environment to take photos with, and I would mark the occasion with this very specific border. Also wonder how all the bones stick together. Are they wired? Are they held together by radiation? Are they held together by sadness? I forgot about this one. So for a while, I would use the greetings from West Virginia whenever I would sleep in a new bed. And I would try to get weird and interesting shots of my character sleeping in just a bed. And I kind of miss this one. I feel like there are a lot of really cool new beds now. This person looks really annoyed in this photo. I mean, they can control their facial expression, but I don't think they were doing it intentionally. But I definitely got the feeling that they were actually annoyed by me in-game. When I decided to start using the photo mode, I wanted to start taking pictures with other people. And while I played with some people that I knew, I didn't really play with many people that I was familiar with. So something that I would do was whenever I would see a player just randomly walking by me, I would ask them to take a photo with me. And this was the first person I decided to ask. I was just hanging out in their camp. He didn't pose or anything, but he stayed still for a while, and I think he was kind of bothered by me. So I have a bunch of memories when it comes to a lot of these photos. That's part of the reason why I liked taking photos with other players. But while this person looks really cool, I actually don't remember them very well at all. All I remember is that this is right next to my camp. Really, really awesome outfit. And speaking of outfits, I finally changed my outfit. Dressing as a greaser is definitely cliche for me when I play Fallout games, and it took me longer than I thought it would in Fallout 76 to do so. So this is another photo mode meme for me. I would take photos of the petrified corpses with basically the same border I used for the skeletons, only in yellow. But finding different corpses, either with different poses or in unique locations, was very important to me. And for a while, all I would do was just look for skeletons and corpses to take a picture with. So this photo has no border, and that's rare for me in photo mode, but it's because I was so frantic. I had just started the game, and I was spawning right next to my camp, and I just saw the Mothman. Now, at this point in my playing of the game, I had never seen Mothman in the game. I'm a huge Cryptid fan, and I'm a huge fan of Mothman specifically outside of Fallout. When I heard that Mothman was going to be in Fallout 76, I got really excited. And the first night I played the game, I went to the Mothman Museum expecting to see the Mothman spawn. The types of enemies and how many and how frequently they would spawn was something that I was confused by when the game first came out. And I'll admit, I was a little frustrated by it. But over time, I really like how rare certain spawns are because they really feel like events and stories that you can tell people. And so this photo I took of Mothman just spawning right next to my camp. It's never happened since. It happened this one time, and my first thought was to take a picture of it, and right after this picture was taken, it flew away. Or despawned, or it went someplace. It went to the underworld for all I know. But if you'll notice, I have another outfit change to the fire breather firefighter outfit. Here's another person that I was just walking by, and I called over on mic and was just like, please take a photo with me. And they were nice enough to do so. It felt weird asking people to take photos with me in game, but eventually I just got over it because I was like, what's the point of having a photo mode if you don't take photos? And this was really getting me to take pictures in general. This person, while like this isn't the best picture in the world, we had a lot of fun. I loved that we were wearing the same outfit, but we actually talked on mic for a while, and I think we played for a couple of hours, like into the night. We completed some daily quests. We talked about our feelings about the game. I mean, that's a lot of the stories of photos I took of these people, and they're really cool memories, and I'm happy that I have a picture to remember that person through their character, if that makes sense. This group was really cool. So, and this was much later in my playthrough. This was probably when I started playing like every single day, and we were all talking about Fallout first and the pros and cons of that service. And honestly, if it wasn't for this conversation with these people, I might not have become a Fallout First member. And whether Fallout First is worth it or not is up to you, but I just think that's interesting, again, that the social aspect of this game caused me to participate more in it, and yes, to donate more money to it. But they were a really fun group of people, and again, they taught me a lot. Part of what made the game so great, in my opinion, and part of what I loved so much about it was the online community. I don't really like online games, and I don't really like socializing with people online. I don't use social media very often with people I know, so people I don't know, I definitely don't do it. But the community is so positive in Fallout 76, at least of those who play the game online and who I've interacted with, that it felt encouraging to continue playing and to continue reaching out to people. Part of that positivity extended to higher level players taking the time to talk to me, kind of shattering that expectation that people who are really good at the game are jerks or are rude. Instead, I found that higher level players were really patient and very sweet. In fact, I think every single player I've ever met in the game that I've spoken to on mic has just dropped me loot, and really good loot too. So this is a new photo mode meme for me. I would use the black Fallout 76 silhouette logo whenever I encountered a bug or a problem with the game, because I wanted to remember it. This is a weird thing that's happened to me a couple of times. I don't know what it's from because I don't create games, but it's just this weird dotted line that comes across certain parts of the walls. It's happened to me multiple times, but this was the first time it happened, and it's just really weird. I don't know what causes it. I don't know what it's for, but that's it. Here's a wonderful floating lamp. Yeah, for some reason, I don't know what happened here, but the lighting source just messed up. I love whenever there's like a bug or something, I scramble to take a picture of it. This is a meat pile floating in the air while getting attacked, so the attack effect is on. I love this photo. This photo is so cool. There's another fun bug just exposing the underneath of a shop. This ghoul, for whatever reason, can't spawn its head, but it can spawn the hairs on its head, which is just such an interesting look at how the game works and how character models are a part of the game and how they exist. So this Raider Skull gas mask is one of my favorite Atomic Shop apparel items. Before the Legendary run, I didn't really intentionally try to finish challenges, but when I saw this mask and I saw it was on sale, I tried really, really hard to earn atoms through challenges to get it. And it took me longer than it probably should have, but I felt like I really earned this mask. This Scorch Beast was a source of guilt for me because I started fast traveling across the map after scumming some XP off of a Scorch Beast fight, and then the model would just follow me across the map. And I was like, I didn't earn this kill. Please leave me alone. So I just decided to take a photo with it. Here are some just really awesome photos of the Scorch Beast. There are some really cool places underground that just look amazing. Look at us. This is a super cool group. These people and I went and like nuked parts of the map and then would just go together and get XP. And this wasn't me scumming XP. This was me actually participating. And it was cool because I couldn't launch the nukes yet in game, but these players like helped me get a bunch of experience points by allowing me to you know, be a part of that. And I ended up playing with them until like 4 o'clock in the morning, and then I went to work like, you know, 2 hours later. And it was just such a cool memory. Like I couldn't go to sleep because I was just having so much fun. This person and I only really talked for a short period of time. I kind of just said hello, can we take a photo, and then we split. But we ended up talking like about the game and then eventually about life. He told me what was going on in his life and some of the issues he was dealing with. He had some medical struggles, and he told me that, you know, playing this game was super helpful to him and his recovery and just feeling normal. And it was really interesting and really cool to hear that perspective, and I can definitely relate to that. And yeah, it's just one of those moments that like I'll never forget, like talking to this person. I thought they were really awesome. This player was crazy. I mean, it was the first time I saw anybody wearing this costume, and they were jumping like 20 feet in the freaking air. Anyway, they were very nice and they took a photo with me, but the thing is, whenever I see people wearing this costume now, I'm like, I can't ask them for a photo because it would ruin the memory of this other person that I took a photo with. And I love how concerned my character looks in the background. This person was really, really cool. She was just redoing her camp. Like, she was starting from the ground up, which made me decide to do the same later. We did some quests together, and then eventually I met their husband, and all three of us started doing some like group events. Like, I think it was for a couple days actually that we started playing together. And they're still on my friends list. I haven't talked to them since, but again, it's just what I find really cool about the online function of the game. This group is one of my favorite photos and probably the reason why I'm making this video. So I just ran over to these players and I was like, hey guys, you want to take a photo? And nobody answered me. And I was like, do you want to take a photo? And nobody answered me. So I just decided to take a photo with them. And as I did, I guess they decided, either they decided they didn't want to have their photo taken, which, you know, I guess that's my fault for taking their photo even though they didn't agree to it. So in the photos, you can see them getting ready to like attack me and to shoot me and probably try and kill me. And I love that you get this photo of like the muzzle, like as the bullet is being fired and as I'm being attacked. I really love this photo set, especially because up until this point, I had never been attacked by players. I've since run into like two other people who have attacked me in game, but this was the first time, and I was just so surprised because everyone else was so friendly up until now. And they really looked like they look like a raider gang. They were probably all on Discord or talking in game, so it made sense. I was in the wrong neighborhood, and I needed to be more street smart and less book smart. This photo reminds me a lot of the Mothman photo that I have, because this is the oh so rare glimpse at the mysterious stranger. You can actually see his face disappearing. All of the enemies have been defeated, so there's nothing for him to do except for wait for his timer to run out, and I just couldn't wait to take a photo of him. I really wish I got a border around it, but I cherish this photo so much. Here's the Flatwoods monster, a cryptid that I was really excited to see in the game, and that I hadn't seen until I killed it in this photo. And I actually ended up killing this thing in front of my roommate, who was really excited about seeing it. She's a big cryptid fan as well, so this was a cool night. Here are some exciting photos. So I wasn't present for the original Fosnot event, so when Fosnot came back, I was very, very excited, and I participated way more than I thought I would. It was like an obsession, and I'm sure quarantine helped, where like every hour I had to play and see what I could win and just hang out with people. And then at the end of it all, like, everybody's sharing loot with each other. Here's a really bizarre, like, bug. I have no idea what's going on with this player. In fact, I had a suspicion that they were, like, hacking or something. It's hard for me to even conceptualize what's happening, but they were just losing it. Like, they were, like, exploding or something. And I just had to take some photos. Oh boy, so the Legendary Run is the first of the Fallout Seasons system, and I was very excited about it. I completely bought into it, and boy, the sink thing is mostly a joke to me, but I played up how excited I was for the clean sink, and I spawned these sinks for a challenge, but I just loved the idea of being surrounded by this coveted item This was a really recent photo, and I couldn't believe I've never taken a photo of this. Somebody just detonated a nuke nearby, and I liked the idea of having a photo in the distance. This photo, I tried to recreate the sink effect, and even though I was more excited for this camp item, it just doesn't have the same power and energy that the clean sink photo has. And that is it. That is the last picture in my Fallout 76 photo gallery. All of those pictures are from November 2018 to July 2020. And that's going to do it for this video. Fallout 76 definitely has been an odd game, but I'm not shy or ashamed to say that it is one of my favorite video games that I've ever played. It's just a good time. It's just a weird anomaly that I enjoy. It's a source of so much joy for me. It's bizarre and exciting, and I can generate stories from silly little photos that I take in a, PC video game. It's hard to explain and hard to describe to anyone, let alone, video game fans or even Fallout fans, why I enjoy this game so much, but I do, and it's been fun looking through the photo gallery and talking about adventures that I've had in this virtual world. And if this game is still around in a couple years, maybe I'll go over whatever photos I happen to take from now until then. And that's going to do it for today. Thank you so much for watching. If for some reason you enjoyed the video, don't forget to give it a like or to subscribe for more. If you want to watch me play video games live, check me out on Twitch at carrotscraps. I'm going to be honest, I've been having some technical difficulties that I'm working on, so that's why I haven't been able to stream or post as many YouTube videos as I want. But like I said, I'm hoping to have that fixed in the future, in the very near future. If you want to stay tuned for more updates on what I'm doing, you can check me out on Twitter and Instagram at carrotscraps. And that's going to do it for this video. Thanks again for watching, and I will see you soon. Clean camp sink. 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 That's one good sink.